end. How does he feel? So when I'm presenting it to this guy calls you such and such, how do you feel? He calls you Americans. I dare not say what he calls the Americans. You see? What he calls the British.
But everybody hates the Americans. Everybody.
No, even then. You know that the whole world hates. But if I use that word, you see, if it was your son, though he's doing religion, he might punch me on the jaw.
Do you know what they say about this program? The people that don't like it, they call it terrible.
But now, personal, you see, it's not personal. You see, it's impersonal thing. The programmizers rubbish and like this and like that. People can say anything about Ahmed Deedat, but when it comes to something personal, talking about your mother, talking about your wife, your sister, your daughter, then the man reacts. And if he punches you on the jaw, he's justified. You see? So now I only have to remind the British, this is what this guy says about you, sir. This is what he says, you American, this is what he says about you, sir. And everywhere where I went around, they're 100% behind me. He says, no, this is not done. This is not done.
I agree. It's not done.
So now it's the guy who does it.
Very bad manners.
The guy must pay the price. So I said, look, maybe you see now you have cultivated yourself into a type of mentality. You have heard so much things thrown at you. So like here now, you call me a coolie. It's an insult.
Are you saying coolie?
Coolie, yes. Coolie means a laborer. Literally.
Yeah, like the Chinese coolie.
And here, the Indians were brought here for indentured laborers cutting sugarcane. So they call them coolies.
They call them coolies.
Right.
I see.
So
I didn't know
out
that.
of that, every Indian becomes a coolie. You see, in the eyes of the white man.
All right.
Every Indian. So there was a time when I used to react. But now I reached a stage now. So I said, you are also coolie. See, now I'm a bit clever now. I said, you are also coolie. I said, don't you labor? See, I said, well, that's what it means. You are a laborer. But I know when he says coolie, he's trying to hurt me. And then it hurts. You see, the word itself is nothing. Like the Englishman calls the Afrikaner in South Africa, boere. Boere means a farmer. They are farming people as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. But when the Englishman says boer, at the back of his mind, he's backward, a rustic. That's what he's saying. You know, a simpleton. That's what he's saying when he says boer.
Well,
so the meaning, the word, there's nothing wrong with the word, but when you are uttering it, it conveys certain meanings. Same thing to the Afrikaner, he calls the English people Ruinek. Ruinek. Ruinek means rednecks.
Oh, Ruinek.
Ruinek.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, redneck.
In Afrikaans it means rednecks, meaning you are all softies. You go in the sun a little and you get red in the neck.
Red
you know, like the Red Indians call you
pale face.
Pale face, and you call them Red Indians. Right? I don't know whether there's any sting in the word pale face, but now in this word, no. But in the word ruinek there is a sting. In the word boera there is a sting. In the word coolie there is a sting. Now because there is a sting in it, it stings, it hurts. It's not because there is a sting. When you utter it, you want to hurt me, so it hurts me.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt.
That's a philosophy.
No, look, it's true. It's a philosophy. But even so, you know, people call WASPs, you know,
Right.
white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Right.
I'm a WASP.
Right.
And everything about the WASPs is bad. They sting, they do all this business, everything is bad. Now, if I spent the rest of my life huddled in a corner, crying or afraid to walk out because God borned me, a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, I would never go out. I wouldn't do anything. I can still love the people who don't like the program and who call me a WASP and who don't like older white ladies or whatever you call it, or call me a prude, or call me... There are 1,000 bad words you could apply to me, I'm quite sure. But I simply must feel and think of myself, as much as I can live it, as a child of God who is trying the best I can with all of my faults to live as I believe that God made me to live, and love my fellow man. And if they sling filth and mud, and I've had injustices inside my family, outside my family, in my work, in my business, but I must forget and forgive as fast as possible. Do you not feel that God, as the Mohammedans, Muslims see him and experience him, would he not have forgiveness in his heart and soul? I'm not calling it good.
Forgiveness for God, he can forgive whom he likes. Right. But now, without the law, you see, we say we have no right to forgive. For example, a man commits murder. I like that fellow. I'm a judge. I like that murderer. For some reason, previous reason, my contact with the man. But now the evidence that is brought before me is that cold-blooded murder the man committed. Must I pass judgment on him or not? You see, I am a servant of the law. The law.
The law.
I must carry out the law. I love the man, but I can't help it. He can be my son. I can't help it.
You have to apply the law.
I have to apply the law. Now, God Almighty, in His wisdom, He can forgive. That's His business. He can reward him a millionfold on the other side. He said, look, I think you were a bit harshly treated, my son. You know, you deserve heavens and houris and gardens flowing with milk and honey. That's his business. But no. The man commits treason if the law of the land says he should be shot. It's not for me to say, look, this guy built so many hospitals and he's been running orphanages. Did he commit that act of treason or not? You see, what is the law? The law says, shoot him. So now I carry out the law.
See, and all those people in South Africa have people outside the country who committed treason and they committed murder. The Afrikaners, or the white South Africans, have a hit squad of some kind that and those men committed murder. Now, would you, under the laws of Islam, would they all be put to death? Or would one side be forgiven and the other side not be forgiven, or would they all be amnesty?
I think, you see, because to me, if I look at it, that this was a war, undeclared war between the two.
Yes.
So as such, to me, this was war, and now we have come to the war has come to a halt. We says, forget about the past, and let's reconstruct the country on a new principle of forgive and forget.
So you would wipe out both sides?
Both sides I would wipe out. Because if I said, if you have to punish the one side, you must punish the other side. And there's no end to it. There won't be any end to that. So recrimination carries on, and it can still lead to further bloodshed.
So with all let's assume for a moment, and this is assumption, I'm not making accusation, let's assume that there were X numbers of murders committed on the outside revolutionary side and X number of murders committed on the inside white police squad. Everybody should be equal, and they should all
Just forget about the thing and carry on from here.
But Mr. Rushdie should be executed.
Oh no, his is a different case altogether, because now he is not repentant at all. He is going on further and further. He wants to broadcast this further, more and more. This is greed of gain. You see, 40 people have already paid with their lives. 40 Muslims have died. So many women have been widowed. So many children orphaned because of his pen, poison pen.
How? I didn't know that. How did they?
In India, in Pakistan, you didn't hear about the protests, marches, and they were shot down because now they're marching onto the British embassy, or they're marching onto the American embassy.
I see what you
so
mean.
The government now is forced to say, stop it. And the guys are worked up. They want to go and march and lay the protest. So they're shot by their own governments, but 40 people have given their lives for this one man's mischief.
Okay, but look at all the hundreds of people that gave their lives on both sides for the ANC, and I'm just using that as an example. It could be the others too, and the white hit squads. Women and children in supermarkets
40 Muslims have died.
Yeah.
Rushdie, he is in safety. He's enjoying having a jolly good time with his millions, and he's unrepentant. He said, look, he has done something that is right. So he said, look, this guy, he is more dangerous to me than Hitler's armies.
We have been visiting today with Sheikh Al-Hajj Ahmed Deedat, president of the Islamic Propagation Center International in Durban, South Africa, on the 16th day of February 1990. Thank you. I'm sure we could go on for another hour or two with all of the things that we have. But thank you, Mr. Deedat, for the time you have given us today. God bless. Good night.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله